Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am sitting here hanging out next to my beauty challenged Christmas tree. We went up into the forest this year and cut one down the old-fashioned way, which was super fun and the kids loved it. And when we got the tree home, we looked at it and realized how ugly it was. So I don't even know if I'm going to show you guys. Maybe I will take a short video or take a picture and put it in, but it's pretty sparse, to say the least, and I guess that's why Christmas tree lots charge so much more, because the trees are prettier. But either way, it's only going to hang out here for another 3 weeks or so, and I'm just going to be okay with it. I'm going to be okay with the tree not being as beautiful as it normally is. But I hope you guys are having fun doing all of the fun holiday things that we love to do at this time of year as well. Let me know in the comments down below if you have ever gotten a Christmas tree from the forest and if yours ended up looking a little better than ours did, or if this is just kind of what you get when you go and get one in the forest. The experience was super fun and I would totally do it again, but it definitely takes a little getting used to compared to the trees that are supposed to be beautiful. But enough about my Christmas tree. In this video, we are going to talk about something that I think every mom struggles with, and that is, how do we find the time to take care of ourselves and our own bodies when everyone else is so demanding on our time and our energy? I've been thinking about doing this video for a long time, so I'm really excited to finally be doing it. I'm going to go over some of the things that I've found that really help me stay motivated to keep taking care of myself and to keep working out even when I don't feel like I have time. And I'm also going to show you my favorite ways to stay in shape. And I will put some timestamps in the description below if you would like to jump ahead to the workouts at all. If you're new to my channel, I am Cassie with makingtimeforgiggles.com, and I make videos all about making mom life simple. So be sure to subscribe down below and ring the bell next to it if you would like to see more videos like this one. So let's go ahead and get started with the ways that I find really help me stay motivated to work out. The first thing that I find helps me prioritize working out is to do it very consistently. I make a point to work out 6 days of the week, and I take Saturday off as an official workout day. Sometimes even on Saturday though, I will go for a hike or a walk with my family. The reason I do this is because life happens. Sometimes I have appointments, sometimes we have a very busy day, sometimes we have a play date and people want to get together during the time that I would normally work out. But if I, as a general rule, work out 6 days of the week, it doesn't matter if I miss a day here and there because I'm still getting more than I really need to. Whereas if I only work out 2 to 3 days a week, if something throws my schedule off on one of the days that I work out, then I'm working out a lot less than I need to be. I've also found that it is easier to keep working out if I just get up and do it every single day. If I have to try to remember which days I'm working out and which days I'm not working out, it's almost like I'm starting over every time I actually do a workout. It seems like it just keeps my body in the mode of being fit when I am doing it very consistently. The second thing that I do to make sure fitness is a priority for me is I put it into my daily block schedule. I use a block schedule to keep my day organized and to make sure I get everything done that I need to in a day. Now, when you are deciding where to put your workout into your block schedule, don't overthink it too much. This is something that has changed for me several times since my girls were born. When they were tiny and they demanded a lot of time and energy during the day, I would get up before they were awake and do my workout then, because I knew that it wouldn't happen if I waited until later in the day. At the beginning of this year, Ross and I wanted to do a workout program together. So we decided to work out in our evening block since that was the only time of day that our schedules could work together. And right now I am working out in either my first or my second block of the day, depending on what we have going on in the morning. So feel free to try some things out, and if it isn't working for you, move it to a different block and see if that works better for your schedule. Feel free to check out this video here if you would like to see my full block schedule and see which activities I put into each block. The third thing that I do to stay motivated is I work out with my kids. I think it's really good for kids to see their parents working out because if they know something is important to you, it will often become important to them. And a healthy lifestyle is definitely something we can influence our kids to have. But the other reason I like working out with my kids is because kids can be very motivating. And sometimes I don't feel like working out, but my kids think it's fun because it's something we do together, and they will usually encourage me even if I don't feel like doing it. I remember one day in particular when we first got our double jogging stroller. I wasn't that big of a fan of running yet, but I was trying to teach myself to like it because I figured it was good for me and it was something fun that I could do with the girls. Well, the girls woke up and asked if they could go for a ride in the jogging stroller, and I said sure. So we ate breakfast, we got all bundled up because it was wintertime, and I opened the garage door and it was pouring down rain. I said, "Oh, girls, it's really raining out. I don't know if we should go." And they said, "It's okay, Mommy. We have a rain cover." Not really thinking that I didn't have a rain cover and I was going to get soaked if we went out in the rain. So I put on my rain gear and I took them for a run in the rain. I can guarantee you that if my girls had not encouraged me to go on a run that day, I definitely would have stayed home and sat on the couch. I had zero motivation to get out into the rain. But because they encouraged me, I went on a run and I felt so much better after I had done it. So not only can kids be great little motivators, but exercising together can also be a really fun way to spend time as a family. The fourth thing that keeps me motivated to work out is having the proper gear. Especially in the winter, I do not feel like getting outside and moving my body when I know I'm going to be cold. But once we learned the proper way to layer our clothes and the proper way to keep our kids warm, it was much more fun to get outside as a family and to get some exercise. So I'm going to show you as I go through all of my favorite ways to work out exactly what you need to keep your family warm and happy when you are working out. The fifth thing that helps me stay motivated to work out and even got me to explore an area of working out that I would have never explored before was setting a goal for myself. I had always had an idea that I wanted to do a triathlon because my dad had always told me that he thought I would be good at it. I love to swim and I love to ride bikes, but I did not like to run. So a couple years ago, I decided I was finally going to complete my goal and I was going to sign up for a sprint triathlon. Now, if you don't know what a sprint triathlon is, it's the absolute shortest triathlon that you can complete and still say that you did a triathlon. So it's nothing impressive, but it was enough to keep me working out even on days when it was raining or days when I just didn't feel like getting out and getting a workout in. Just having a goal ahead of me that I was working towards kept me motivated to keep going. Especially if you find it hard to stay motivated to work out during the winter, signing up for a race or an event that may be coming in the spring or summer can help you stay motivated to work out even in those dark and cold days. Another thing that can really help you stay motivated is to get an accountability buddy. Especially right now when we aren't seeing all of our friends as much as we normally would. You could find a friend who also wants to start working out. And you could text each other every day to say, "Hey, have you worked out yet?" Or "I've worked out and I did this." And just having that little bit of accountability can keep you motivated to keep going. Right now, my husband is a part of a group that is doing a push-up challenge together. And every morning they text each other the new challenge, and all throughout the day, as people complete the challenge, they text in when they are done. And he said it's a fantastic way to stay motivated because everyone sees when you've done your push-ups or not. So even if you don't have any friends that want to do a challenge with you, there are so many different groups on Facebook that you can join of people who are wanting to get fit together. I love taking my girls out for hikes, but it's not always the most fun to do it by myself. Thankfully, I also have a friend who loves taking her girls out for hikes. So if we see the weather is going to be nice, we can text each other and plan a hike together. Another thing you can do to get motivated to work out is you can get yourself a cute new water bottle. The funny thing about this water bottle is I really didn't want it. I didn't think we needed any more water bottles, but Ross got it for me, and I'm really happy he did now because the lid screws on very tightly, and I feel like I am always knocking things over and my girls are always knocking things over, and before I got this water bottle, I was constantly spilling water. Now, as long as I remember to put the cap on, I don't spill water nearly as much. And having a new water bottle can just make it a little bit more fun to work out. The eighth thing you can do to motivate yourself to work out more is you could get some protein shakes or some protein drinks of some sort. I, again, did not really want to do this. This was Ross's idea. I thought it was silly. We didn't really need protein shakes. You can work out without them. But I have found since we started getting them that on days when I am just not in the mood to work out, if I tell myself, okay, you can have a protein shake when you're done, then I'm much more likely to work out. So it's a good idea if you are having a hard time keeping yourself motivated to have some sort of healthy reward that you can give yourself. And the last thing that I do to keep myself motivated to work out is I change things up pretty frequently. I'm going to show you my 5 favorite ways to work out as a busy mom, but I don't do just one of these things all week long. I usually will do 2 to 3 a week, depending on the week, and I will do different things the following week. All right, now that we have looked at how to motivate ourselves to work out, we are going to go over my favorite ways to work out. And yes, I am in a different outfit because I filmed this entire video yesterday and I was editing it last night, and I just didn't really like the way the second half of the video turned out. It felt kind of rushed, and I realized I left out a lot of things that I meant to say. So here we are again, and hopefully I like the way this one turns out a little bit better. These 5 exercises that I'm going to go over are my favorite for a couple reasons. My kids can do almost all of these workouts right along with me. It is something fun that we can do together, and it's teaching them that exercise is an important part of a healthy lifestyle. And I also love that once I had the basic items that I needed for each exercise purchased, they don't require any sort of additional cost or monthly fee to make sure that I can get my workout in. So the first way that I love to work out as a busy mom is just working out at home with a workout video. This might be the easiest way to get started working out if you don't already have a routine in place. Because once you make the initial purchase of the DVDs or whatever program you want to buy, and maybe some weights to go along with it and some workout clothes, it really doesn't require anything else to get started. You also won't have to get your kids ready to go anywhere before you can work out. Your kids can be running around the house in pajamas if you want, and nobody else is going to know about it because you are in the comfort of your own home working out. I like working out at home if it's rainy or really cold outside, or if we have a busy day ahead of us and I just need to get a workout done quickly. I like using P90X3 because they are only 30 minutes and I can get a really good workout in that amount of time. Also, on most workout DVDs that I have seen, you have a choice of if you want to follow the modifier or if you want to follow the people that are doing the advanced moves. So again, this is a great way to go if you are just starting out and you don't feel like you have a lot of physical fitness yet. The DVDs can help you start with the bare minimum fitness and work you up to doing the more advanced moves. I also think this is a great way for moms with little kids to work out because you can pause the DVD. There have been so many times when I will be in the middle of the workout and somebody will need to go to the bathroom or they need help with something, and I can easily pause the DVD and come back when I am ready. It is also really nice because as your kids start getting a little bigger and more aware, they can start doing the workouts with you. My 5-year-old can actually do the entire workouts with me, and my 2-year-old really likes to try. She will get the lightest weights that we have and try doing the moves right along with us. So it can be a really fun way for everyone to get some energy out, especially in the winter when the weather isn't as much fun to go outside in. Ross and I are able to do the P90X3 workouts with just a couple basic sets of weights. We recently got some weights that nest within each other, and I absolutely love it as a minimalist. They take up so little space and I can easily put them in the coat closet when we are done with them, and I don't have to have a ton of weights sitting out around my house. We also have a pull-up bar that we use when we are doing the workouts, and again, it just goes in the coat closet when we aren't using it, and it isn't like we have to have a full home gym to do the workouts. Another great way to work out with your kids is to take everyone for a walk. If your kids are really little, you may want to get a stroller, or you can always get a soft carrier if you want to have an easier way of carrying your babies with you. I never thought I would be a parent who needed to have a soft carrier to wear my baby in until I was a nanny. And it changed my life. It was so amazing to be able to put him in the soft carrier and take him for walks every day. And as soon as I knew I was having a baby, I knew I would be getting a soft carrier. So we got the Lilla Baby soft carrier. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I will show you real quickly how you put it on. It's super easy, and you just buckle this around your waist, and then I have little Jane here who's going to pretend to be the baby. Stick the baby on, and then you lift the back of the carrier up, and it goes on over your shoulders like that. And then this is the only challenging part. You have to clip it behind your back. And obviously when you have a real baby, it'll be sticking out a little bit more. But I absolutely love this thing, and it also has a little cover that goes over the head. It's amazing for going on walks with an infant and even bigger babies. This carrier, you can face them in, or you can face them out and it'll face out ergonomically, or you can put them on your back. So I used this until my girls were about 18 months old, and it was great. it has a nice lumbar support in the back, and because of the back clip, it also does a really great job just distributing the weight so that everything just isn't sitting on your shoulders or sitting on your back. It really works all together. The other thing you want to do if you're going to take your kids for walks in the winter is make sure they have plenty of warm clothes. If we are going for a walk in the winter, I like the girls to be wearing their hats, and we love this little hat. I have not been able to find it anywhere in the US. I will try to find something similar on Amazon, but this hat actually came from Norway. My aunt got it for us as a gift, and it is the warmest little hat that we have ever found. It is nice and fleecy on the inside and wool on the outside, and it covers their ears and has a little tie for the chin. So I think the biggest thing to keep in mind when you're looking for little kid hats is the flaps over the ears. This just keeps them so warm, and kids are just a lot happier when they are warm. So I will see if I can find anything similar on Amazon and link it down in the description below if I can. Just keep in mind to look for the ear flaps and to look for something nice and soft and warm on the inside. The other thing we like to make sure we have on our walks are some gloves. And these are the kind of gloves we had been using for a really long time, just the normal little cloth kid gloves. But my oldest daughter was still getting really cold on her hands. So we found these little kid head brand gloves, and they are just so awesome. They are fleecy on the inside. I don't know if you can tell that. And I wouldn't say they're waterproof, but they're water resistant on the outside, and they're also a little grippy. So when she is riding her bike and things like that, she has a little bit extra grip, and they just do such a better job blocking the wind. I will put a link in the description down below, but they are way cheaper at Costco if you have a Costco membership. I think we got them for $9 or something like that at our Costco, and I think they're $23 on Amazon. So if you have a Costco membership, or if you know somebody that does, you may want to check there and see if you can snag some of these gloves for your kids. My husband and I also have the exact same brand, and they are just the best workout gloves. I take them on walks, I take them on hikes, I take them on runs, and they do a really great job of keeping your hands warm without overheating them. So if you plan on doing any of the outdoor workouts that I mentioned, I highly recommend getting some decent gloves. And if walking is going to be your main source of exercise, that is probably all you need to get started. You can always layer them up with just some stretch pants and some jeans and some jackets that you already have around the house. You may just want to also have some rain boots on hand in case it is wet when you are walking. Now, the next way that I love to work out with my kids is to take them on a hike. Now, hiking probably does require the most gear if you want to get started hiking with your kids. If you would like to see a full post with all of the gear you need, I will leave some links in the description down below. I have one post on how to hike with little kids, and I have a post for how to get started hiking with your toddlers. But I will go over a couple of the basics here. The first thing that you want to have is some waterproof hiking shoes. And we have had amazing luck finding some hiking shoes at secondhand stores. Little kids' hiking shoes can be super expensive if you buy them anywhere full price. They can easily be $40, $50, $60 for a pair of kids' shoes. And we have found several times pairs of hiking shoes for $15 to $20 at secondhand stores. This is one area you don't want to skip though, because when you're on a hike, kids love stomping in puddles. And nothing ruins a hike faster than having kids with wet, cold feet. So make sure you get them some decent hiking shoes, but don't be afraid to look secondhand because they are typically in great shape still after kids grow out of them. The other thing you want to have is some little wool socks for the exact same reason. You want to make sure, especially in the winter, that their feet are staying warm and dry when you're on a hike. I will put a link in the description for these little guys because they are super awesome. I have never before found little wool socks that fit 2-year-olds so well. And in a pinch, they have even fit our 5-year-old when we have forgotten her socks and she needed to wear her sister's. They are super warm on the inside and they have kept their feet nice and dry even when they have splashed in lots of puddles. So I highly recommend these if you are going to be hiking with little kids because again, you want to make sure their feet are nice and toasty. And then for the rest of their body, you want to make sure they have lots of layers to keep themselves warm. We love using the 32-degree long underwear, basically. It's a base layer that just goes underneath all of your clothing and helps keep your body heat in and wick away any moisture out. So it keeps you nice and warm. They have this cute little pattern that kind of looks like snowflakes a little bit, or they have plain black too, if you prefer. And then over the base layer, we always put a pair of fleece pants, or savvy pants, as my 2-year-old calls them, because that's the cutest word ever. And the fleece keeps you nice and warm while also wicking away any moisture from the outside. So if it is just lightly drizzling, we often don't put any rain gear over the fleece because the fleece will do a fine job of keeping all the water out. If it is raining a lot harder though, we also make sure we have some rainproof clothes. And if you are going with little kids, this is the greatest invention ever. It is a giant raincoat that fits over their entire bodies. And this thing is just so amazing because they can get as absolutely wet as they want. And you get back to the car and you unzip these 2 zippers here and it opens way up and you can get them out without getting wet, and they are still nice and cozy and warm on the inside. This one even has little stirrups to go around rain boots or around their hiking boots, and a rain hat. So they can stay super dry in this thing while still having tons of fun in the puddles. And then for the top, again, we have the base layer or the long underwear, followed by some fleece, followed by a raincoat for the older kids, or this awesome rain suit for the little kids. And my husband and I use the exact same layers, the base layer, the fleece layer, and then any rain gear if we know that it's going to be rainy. And then you also want to make sure you have the gloves that we talked about for the walking, and also the hats. You want to make sure everybody's head stays nice and toasty. The other piece of gear that I have for hiking that the kids don't have is a nice vest. For the longest time, I thought vests were the dumbest invention known to man, because who wants to wear a jacket without any sleeves? Pfft, that's ridiculous. But then I went on a hike with a friend who had a vest, and I had forgotten my jacket, so she loaned me hers. And after using hers for a day, I was hooked because it keeps your core nice and warm while allowing your arms to be nice and cool while you are walking or hiking. So getting a vest is something I would definitely recommend for your hikes as well. And even if you're like me and have always thought vests were a waste of money, just try it out and see if you like it. And the last things you need for hiking are your carriers. If you have a child that needs to be carried at all on a hike, you will want to have either that soft carrier, like I showed you a bit ago. We used the Lilla Baby, and this is what I used for both of my girls until they were about 18 months old. And it worked great for us. It was so nice to be able to switch them back and forth from the front to the back, or facing out if they were getting bored on a hike. And then right before we had our second one, we decided to get the Osprey kid carrier. And this thing was amazing for carrying around the bigger kid. And it also has a really nice pocket underneath where you can store some gear and still be able to carry the kid and the gear together. And then I also love my Osprey pack, especially for if I am carrying a small child and the Lilla Baby on the front. I can use this on the back and carry all of our water and all of our snacks. And I just really love this backpack. If you are looking for a nice day pack, I highly recommend it. Plus, it's just such a beautiful color. I mean, you can't lose. And that is all you need to get started with hiking. The fourth way that I like to work out with my kids is to take them on a bike ride. Now, since our girls are 5 and 2, they aren't quite able to keep up with us on their own bikes yet, so we did get a double bike trailer to carry them along with us. And that thing is absolutely amazing. We love it. If you would ever like to see me do a full review on the Burley double bike trailer, let me know because I would be happy to do one for you. Obviously, you will also need a bike for you if you are going on bike rides, and you will need a bike for any kids that are old enough to ride themselves. Now, if you want to take up bike riding but you don't have any bikes yet, check out Craigslist before you go buy anything brand new. We have had amazing success getting bikes off of Craigslist. My husband's bike is from Craigslist, and all 3 of our daughter's bikes we have got from Craigslist. The 16-inch bike was listed for $20, and when we got there, they gave it to us for free. They said we really just wanted to get it out of our garage and have it go to another little girl. And the 12-inch bike we got for $8, and the brand new Strider bike that we just got for our youngest this summer, we found for $50. It was still in the box and listed for $120 on Amazon. So definitely check out Craigslist if you need any bikes. Now, when the girls are in the bike trailer, I don't worry about bundling them up too much because I'll just put in some blankets with them and get them all tucked in, and they stay plenty warm in the bike trailer. Now, because our kids are still riding in the bike trailer, this is the one type of exercise that we do that doesn't get their energy out as well. So because of this, it's probably my least favorite of the ones that I have listed here, but it still is a great way to get out, get some fresh air, and for you to get some exercise while taking your kids along with you. Now, the last way that I like to work out with my kids is to take them for a run. We like to go on what we call ride runs, and that's because the girls will ride their bikes while I run. Now, the 2-year-old does not have that much endurance, and she's still on a Strider bike. But thankfully, my bike trailer can convert into a jogging stroller. And I will take the jogging stroller and push it, even though they are both riding their bikes. Then, when the 2-year-old gets tired, I put her in the jogging stroller, and I can kind of balance her bike on top of the jogging stroller. I don't know if you're technically supposed to do this or if it'll void any warranties, but I found it works really well to just kind of balance it on top, and then the 5-year-old and I can continue riding and running. And the last little piece of gear that I suggest you get if you are going to start running is this awesome little ear warmer headband. So I use this thing almost every time that I run and it's cold outside. And you may also just want to get some sort of hat for yourself for if you are hiking or running and want to keep your ears nice and warm as well. I love this hat because it's kind of tight around my ears and it doesn't ride up. A lot of hats that I have, if I'm doing anything with them, they'll just kind of get really tall. But this one stays nice and tight around my ears, so I don't have to worry about that. And that is everything that I have for you. I hope you found this video helpful in getting motivated to work out, and I also hope it gave you some ideas for how you can work out with your kids. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave me a comment down below and let me know if you are going to try any of the workouts that I mentioned in this video. Again, my name is Cassie with makingtimeforgiggles.com, and I make videos about making mom life easy. So be sure to subscribe down below and ring the bell next to it to be notified when the next video comes out. I'll see you there.